Good day, good evening, wherever you are. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to the closing argument. Today is August 29th, 2024, and the closing argument is here. We have today a special program edition of the closing argument. We'll be talking with hosting as a special guest Mr. Wanyi V. Zawi. He's the project manager for the Liberian National 10,000 Training in ICT project, the Liberia Digital Transformation, a program that was launched recently by President Boyka and the Liberian Telecommunication Authority. Recently, they launched this program for our students through Liberia, first of its kind in the country. So tonight we have Mr. Wanyi V. Zawi. He's the project manager for this program, such a unique program, and hopefully he will tell us more about this program and what they hope to achieve from this program, and how they're going to the program will be supported and whether it will be throughout the country. We'll know all tonight. We'll answer the questions tonight. So Mr. Wanyi V. Zawi has been sitting quietly, waiting for us to start. Before he comes, Mr. Zawi, he was very instrumental. For the first time, he made sure he headed the first of his kind, the national TV broadcasting of the 2024 presidential inauguration throughout the major cities in the 15 counties. All cities in Liberia monitor and watch President Boyka inauguration live. And it was through his instrumentality, his setup. He has a master's in information management system with emphasis in networking. And he's been in his currently he serves as the manager for the Global Unified Communication Collaboration Engineering and Architecture team for Mercedes-Benz. So Mr. Zawi is someone who believes from his credential, he's prepared, he's up to this task. But we'll hear from him tonight. In the meantime, let me just welcome some of our guests. We bring in Mr. Zawi in the next. Mr. Zawi, get ready. I see you seated. You all seated and relaxed. So I give you the next 5 minutes. We bring you in. So just get ready. You'll be monitor, watch on Truth FM radio station in Monrovia. That radio station is all over the country. Hot FM also all over the country. And also you'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and on our page. So we hope this program will be interesting tonight. Let's hear from this program the president launched. Let's hear more about this program. Some people have criticism about this program. Some people, but we'll ask all the questions tonight and hopefully we can get the answers. So the other guys will be joining me. But in the meantime, let me just recognize Mr. Zawi gets set. Let me recognize our viewers. Well, Christian Roberts, Jim Janfo tapping you today, though. Jim Janfo, I think he's the first. Jim Janfo from Washington, D.C. Christian Roberts, Daniel Junior. Christian said he's the first to be here. Daniel Junior Buzwazi Duode. Also, Dr. Howard Jones from Chicago. Wow. Welcome, Dr. Jones. Moya Sharif from District Number 9, Cinco Matadi. Okay. We also have my big brother, Edwin Crow from Delaware. We have Peter Tamba Kenema, Joseph Gabla, Yomantro Asiru Menza, Saman Dolo, Binta Belite. Oh, yeah. Hey, my good friend Binta, the sister of Musa Belite. Binta, you guys have my sympathy, man. Musa lost to his staff, and I want to say again, We have already our condolences to him, and we are praying for the families and along with him too. She's watching from Nima County, District number 7. Wow. Okay, guys, with all much ado, I see Mr. Zawi. He brought some of his students, I think, with him on that are benefiting from this program already. So I will bring Mr. Zawi in and listen.
Thank you very much.
Digital skills training. Welcome to the closing argument.
Thank you. Thank you very much for bringing me on, and thanks for the introduction. Thanks to your viewers and to the country at large for listening to me this evening. And I first of all want to thank His Excellency President Joseph Boakai for giving our country this opportunity, and giving us the ability to provide this kind of training for the first time to young people in this country as a whole. The president's initiative, which is the digital transformation program, just to give a quick overview, um, was intended to accomplish three different goals. First is the training, provide youth training in ICT, give them the ability to expand, to invest in getting more, getting involved in the current economy and current digital age that the world is in. And then also to create awareness, even though we're all aware in some way or in one way or the other, at least in Montserrado and maybe a few other cities, about digitizations and the different digital services and platforms. But not the entire country is aware. Even mobile money, you'll be surprised to know that you go in some areas of the country where you expect mobile money to be something so simple and so common, but somebody will tell you what is mobile money. So the second thing was to create that awareness that, hey, the world has gone digital, and our country have these digital platforms and digital services. You can actually use them to simplify life for yourselves and for your community. And then the third goal of this program was or is to provide seed funding, which provides opportunity to young entrepreneurs and people with ideas, young tech heads, to be able to come up with ideas, innovative ideas, tech ideas, digital ideas, to establish their businesses, new kind of businesses that utilizes ICT and the web, social media, to start a whole new or to help the economy, to help the economy grow, to start a whole new generation of businesses that is basically based on nothing but technology. And those were the three primary goals that the president said. And the first in this goal again was the training program that started off on May 1st when the president announced the recruitment. And from that day on, we jumped into action. My team and I, along with coordinators throughout the country, started the process of our recruitment. We set up a web platform from which individuals and participants around the country went into and signed up for the digital transformation program. And that process was very, very elaborate. And the country was almost like the country was waiting for it, because the president's target goal was 10,000 for this first program. But and we had about 1 month to do the recruitment from May 1st to the 31st. But before we could get towards the middle of the month, we already have had over 10,000. And because most of them were from Montserrat and we were looking to ensure that the entire nation was actually involved, we had to close up Montserrat early and then give the opportunity and started more advertisement and outreach in all of the communities around the country. And we were able to reach up to a target of 12,000 participants or 12,000 registrants who decided that they wanted to take part in this program. And of those 12,000, we started the training on August 12th. It was a very extensive training, 10 days. And I think the students you'll talk to the students and they'll tell you what it was. We designed the program in a way that because this again is the first of this kind, it had to be dummy proof, it had to be easy to digest, and then it had to be impactful and also provide the requisite knowledge that we were hoping to impact in digital, general digital skills, in e-commerce and e-marketing, and also in digital survey or geographic information system. And I'm happy to let you and the nation know that the training went successfully. And as of today, we have already trained 9,000 plus participants around the country, not just Montserrat again. And we still have training ongoing that will be completing tomorrow in Lofa, that includes Zaza, Foya, and Bonjima. In Nimba, that's Sanikole and Ban. In entire river says. And Grand Crew, I believe there's still ongoing training there. And those will all be completed by tomorrow. So this is just a quick overview of what we have done. I know we have a lot of time on hand, and to just give you the opportunity to ask those questions, we'll continue to provide more details as the question comes up.
Thank you,
Thanks
Mr.
again.
Thank you. I want to welcome Chairman Ben Sanvee and Dr. Henry Peabody. We all members of the closing argument. And we also want to welcome Benigo Wama and Josephine Gayflaw for the closing argument. But I would allow Ben to open the questioning, and then we'll go to Peabody, and before I chime in. So Ben, Chairman, start. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and it's good to be here. Thank you, and welcome to you, Mr. Zawi, and the young people. It's good to see a young lady, because that was one of my questions. I wanted to know I'm still going to ask the question, though, what's the proportion as far as male versus female? I'm heavily what's the thing? What's the word I'm trying to use? I'm heavily leaning towards more women participation. I think women get things. There's nothing. Benigo, there's no attack on men. Trust me, I'm a man, but I think women have a stronger ability to get things done. So I think women, the more women we train, the better off we are. Sharing of feedback.
If everybody can just mute, that would be great.
All right. Is it better now? Good. Okay. Thank you. So my question is going to be in twofold. I did some research. I've been trying to. Listen. First of all, I think this is a great program. It's my understanding that this is a pilot phase, right? This is a pilot. You guys are trying this out. Obviously, it's a signature program of the president. I think this is great because it's training our young people to get them ready to compete for the future, right? Many of the folks in Liberia take it for granted, but I'm telling you, this is something that is going to be very beneficial if it's done the right way and if it's sustained. One of the things that I know we do well in Liberia, we start something, we end it, we leave it halfway, and then we jet drop it along the way. So my first question goes directly to you. First of all, are you the coordinator, or are you from a PR standpoint with the LTA? What is your role in as far as directly with the digital project? What's your role?
Yeah, my role is the project manager, currently
Okay,
the
great.
director of the project, the entire project.
Great. So you're the right person. You're the right man we need to talk to. Good. I just wanted to make sure. 'Cause I want to ask you a question that you would tell me, say you got answers to. That's all. Let me ask you, what is the long-term vision for this program? Like I said, it's been built as a pilot. What is the long-term vision? Like I said, I jotted down some questions here. What is the long-term vision of the program? What guarantees that these young men and women are not going to get trained and then just left halfway to go and fend for themselves? What have you guys put in place from a sustainability mechanism that we can say, you know what, it's not going to just stop at 10,000 or 9,000. There are going to be more young people who are going to benefit from this. And is there any incentives for them to be able to do internships? Is LTA is looking at giving them internship? Are they going to partner with telcos in the country? What is the long-term sustainability program for this project? That's my first question.
Thank you. So I'll answer that question in two folds. First, as a project director, and with the knowledge we've gained, and with the program itself and everything we've gotten to know about it, we know that this is going to be a long-term project. The goal here, as per the president and per the visionary behind this, was Honorable Abdullah Kamara from LTA. The goal is to train 500 plus people, 500,000 plus people within the next 6 years. So that means that going forward, we'll continue to develop on this first training, and the number will continue to increase. The infrastructure will continue to be set. And in terms of sustainability, that is one big question that we have been trying to tackle for the long term of this project. And part of it is setting up centers, incubation centers, setting up tech hubs that will enable these kind of trainings after being done aggressively like this. When we see this kind of momentum and enthusiasm, and the students and participants really wanting it to continue, we're hoping that we can set up these tech hubs where they can go to practice to get more hands-on training, so that as these jobs come, and they will come in different categories. Jobs around the world now are not geographically centered. You can be anywhere now and do these jobs. So our goal is, number one, train our population. Number two, set up these tech hubs to give them access to quick enhancement and advancement if they needed to. And in case they needed to work on any quick project, they have somewhere to do that. And then to look for those opportunities right here in Liberia and maybe abroad to provide job opportunities. And we know those job opportunities are coming. The president is looking to empower youth. And with the knowledge that most of the jobs in this day and age require some form of ICT knowledge, this is the beginning of it. Training all of our youth in ICT, telling them, hey, these jobs will come, these jobs are coming, get ready for them. And I believe this is the first step in that process.
Thank you. My second question goes to, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Abenigo, and what's the lady's name? Josephine? Anyway.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. I'm hearing you. Yes.
Josephine is listening
I'm hearing you.
Okay.
I think she's listening to another device. If you're listening to another device, cut it off.
She's listening to another device. Tell her to lower that device, the very lowest.
You made it. Okay. Yeah, she's ready.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Good, perfect.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Lower the device. You also
Yes,
join.
I'm ready.
Bring the volume all the way
Lower the device.
Yes, I'm ready.
Lower the device.
Yes, I'm ready.
My man, you're doing IT clean. Now your first test here.
Lower the volume on the device you're using.
Yeah, just mute yourself.
Yeah, mute yourself, and then when you're ready to talk,
Are you
you're
guys
all in
all
the same room.
are you guys all in one room? Are you all in one room for this interview?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody
Yes.
else mute themselves, and when whoever is talking can unmute themselves. Until then, you will get that feedback and that extra echo. So if you're not talking, mute yourself, and then let the person who's talking unmute themselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you're good.
Okay, much better. So,
Thank you.
my question to you, first of all, what gave you why IT? Why are you interested in IT? Right? What drives your? I want to believe you have a passion for IT for you to be a part of this program. So that's my first question. What drives you to want to do this? And then second, how was the process? How did you get selected for this program? What was the vetting process? How did it come to you? Was there a situation where you know somebody at LTA or know somebody in the government? How did you get picked for this program, and why do you want to do this?
Thank you. So, Josephine Prestige Gifler. Firstly, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to Our Excellency, the President of Liberia. And to go to your question, I found our skills very important because it's essential in our day-to-day activities right now. And then I didn't just go through this process probably because I know someone. I saw it on the internet and then I applied. By the grace of God, I was selected.
Okay, thank you. The next, now my two questions, my first two, so I will come back. We'll go to the next person.
Okay, thank you.
All right, y'all. It's good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. Welcome again to the Closing Acumen. And I'm really happy that you guys made it possible to come on here today and talk about some of the plans of IT work you guys are involved in and you are learning. Firstly, I see that as an opportunity for a lot of Liberians, especially when it comes to IT, because most of our young people in that country learning about computers and other stuff has been a challenge. And I see this initiative. I'm one of those who will criticize, but when one does something good, I always say, good job, pat them on the back. But let me say that you got started. You say it's a pilot pilot program. Uh, uh, have you guys, maybe I may have missed the chairman, uh, decentralization. Have you guys decentralized the program? I may have missed your intro. If you care to bring me back to that. The chairman. The question is for you, or the project manager. I didn't see your
Again,
name.
he's a project manager and director, I believe.
Yeah. Can you hear us? We're not hearing you.
All right. You just need to unmute yourself, but I'll do it for you, Mr. Project Manager. Don't do it. I would do it for you. He's frozen. He's frozen.
Yeah, probably frozen.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. There you go. All right. You're unmuted. Now? He's unmuted now. Go ahead, talk.
Okay. Yes. Now I'm audible.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And I believe your question was, is this decentralized?
Yeah. Yes.
And the answer to that is yes, it is. From the mountains of Nimba down to, I'm not sure we have valleys, but down to the southeast, to the mountains and hills of Lofa, and all the way up to Monserrado, we have participants there that got trained. So throughout the country, there were training going on, and there were participants in every region, in every portion of the country. At this first stage, the decentralization was mostly for the cities. So we had all of our participants from everywhere around the country go to the city that was closer to them to attend this training. Okay. So as the infrastructure extends around the country, we will start to go in every town and village and ensure that we can even offer those training there as well.
Awesome. Let me ask you this, and then maybe I'll just pose one question to Abednego. Let me ask you this. I understand there are plans that in every high school that you guys plan to introduce this program. How true is that?
That is actually true, and that is a program that is ongoing. The Ministry of Education have been leading a portion of that. And the LTA also has a plan to ensure that that is successful, and so they will work with education to get the platforms, to get all of the technical things that are required or needed to ensure that what has been started, or what the Ministry of Education is doing now, continues and becomes a standard for the entire nation.
Okay.
So we're hoping that every youth, by the time you graduate high school, you have all of the basic digital skills that are needed to compete in the current economy.
Awesome. Abednego, am I right? That's the right name? Abednego?
That's the right name. That's the right name.
Yes, that's the right name.
Yes, that's the right. Yes, that's the right name.
What I want you to tell me now, Abednego, other kids are listening to you in Liberia. Others are watching this live. Tell us, what have you learned so far by attending this program? What have you achieved so far?
Okay, so firstly, let me say thanks to the president. Ambassador Joseph Jumabwaga for this initiative. I am Abednego, and I applied for the digital marketing and that of the e-commerce. So, as your question, you said, what have I learned throughout the training? So, as per the course, the e-commerce and digital marketing is a platform where people learn, or students learn, to know or to learn how to do businesses online, to create their own platform. Like, for example, the Iwari here in Liberia. So we were taught in our classes on e-marketing and e-commerce on how to do such. So I learned how to create my own platform, a business site online, wherein I'll be able to create my own business and be able to sell them online. I also learned about the difference between e-commerce and that of digital marketing. Most times people take the two to be the same, but it's not actually the same. They are like almost the same, but not the same. So the e-commerce is just the space or a marketplace where your goods are, provided, and then the digital marketing is the process through which customers purchase those goods. So I mean, we learn a lot, and as we go on, we're going to explain more in detail. So that's just a
Thank you.
brief introduction to what I've learned.
Thank you. That sounds very, very encouraging. That's very good. Let's go. I think Lofa, it's your turn.
Thank you guys. It's great to have you guys on here today. Again, engaging in the way you are. And I'm glad that you are here along with the project manager and the director of this program. So I would like to first of all start with the length of the program. If I heard you correctly, you said it lasted for 10 days and you have graduated. Is that correct?
That is correct. It was a 10 days extensive training.
10 days. And when you say extensive, I'm glad that you responded. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get your name right. Mr. Warrior. When you say extensive, what did the extensive nature, right? When you speak to how extensive it was, what did it include?
All right. It was an extensive, or intensive will be the right word, in that the entire digital, let's take general digital skills, for example, introduction to computers, introduction to security, things like password or password management, the different parts of the computers, the difference between computers and phones and laptops. So all of those are basic courses that you will take months or several different periods to exhaust everything. The goal for this was to create that general overview and to some degree details to every part that was just essential for you to know what these are, that they exist. And then we are not just stopping there with the training. Also have a web
question
platform.
The question is,
okay,
what did the intensive program entail? That's all I'm asking for. Just tell me, what did it entail, and then I'll get to my next question. You said the program was intensive or extensive. Give me detail. Give me an example of some of the components that you touch on while carrying on this training. Just give me detail. What were some of those components that were
so that's the
training program?
Exactly. So that's what we just brought up. So just general digital skills, for example, we started with just what a computer is, going down to the different computer systems, to the different types of devices like laptops, cell phone, an actual PC. Going down into details like security, how to provide security for your computer, the different components of security in terms of password, in terms of multi-factor authentication, how you can make the current device in your home secure. We went into things like what are the different operating systems? What are the different productivity software like Windows or Microsoft Word? And
okay, now go ahead.
Microsoft Word. Okay.
I think because there's a delay.
Sorry, I thought you were trying to elaborate on that.
Let me just ask this. You mentioned multi-factor authenticator. what was one specific multi-factor authenticator application that was introduced to these students that they were able to experience on? Name one multi-factor authenticator app that you share with them that they learn on and they can discuss with me today, not you. What was that application that was utilized?
Sorry, go back. You have to repeat that. I didn't get any of what you just said.
You mentioned training these young people on multi-factor authenticator. I'm asking you of the application that was used. What was that application that they were trained on? Share with us that application that I can engage them. I think you're having some kind of network issue.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. And then there's
All
a
right,
delay.
so
Yeah.
why he's having that problem, let me talk to Abednego and Sister Josephine. Great, and I'm very proud of you, young Liberians, especially for a female wanting to be a part of the tech world. That's a great thing, and anyone who's involved in technology will admit to you that we encourage a lot of females to be a part of the technology world. Let me ask you, your instructor, the director, made mention of the fact that you were trained and you were well versed. What are the 5 most used? Is Abednego still on?
But when I love you got me, you got me at the children, but for master degree.
Ben, don't do that kind of thing, man. I'm engaging. I just want to know, like, I want to learn something. So Abednego and Josephine, I'm glad that you guys actually went through this course, and I'm very proud of you guys. Look, it's always good to see Liberian trying to excel. Okay. So my question to both of you, Abednego and Josephine, what are the 5 most used, or let me cut it down. What are the 3 most used of Microsoft Suite applications that you were introduced to in your training process?
Please say that I didn't get it best. Can you please repeat?
What? Okay, I reiterate. What are the 3 most used enterprise-wise? What are the 3 most used Microsoft Suite applications in most enterprise environment?
Obstacle over there.
Let's figure out something. Can we get one? Let him probably use one computer.
Come in, program chief.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said let him use one computer since they're all in the same room, rather than each other.
Well, it's good. It's good now. It's good now. So Josephine and Abednego, did you guys get my question?
Yes, I got you.
Okay. So can you try going at those questions or that I mentioned earlier, or that question?
Are you questioning the kids, or you wanted to talk about what they've learned? I mean,
I'm questioning because they have graduated.
Are you getting me?
Dr. Peabody, they have graduated. They are now.
Are you getting me? Are you getting me, Claire?
They're not going in the workforce, so that will happen. Yeah, go ahead, Josephine.
Okay, so for your question, I'm going to give a try. So one is Excel, Microsoft Word, and PowerPoint.
Okay.
Excel, PowerPoint, and Microsoft Word.
What was it called? What was the third one?
That was Sophie.
Okay. Can we hear her now?
We have somebody else there.
Yes, I'm on. Hello, yeah. Your question. So for that question,
So for that question,
course
as the
is different.
for that question,
I learned about
I
e-commerce
learned
and
about
digital
e-commerce
marketing.
and digital
So
marketing.
we
So
now touch
we now
the question I asked. But if you ask me about question relating to e-commerce
question
or
related to
digital marketing,
So, okay. So, and Abenigo, thank you for being very honest because the project manager insinuated that aspect of things first. And I know that my colleagues think that I'm trying to be like, a little bit steady on this. And the reason why I'm asking this question is because when you adventure into e-commerce or digital marketing, you have to understand what you're getting into. There's a lot of feedback, guys. Can you guys mute yourselves, please? Thank you.
Okay, so I think we're good now.
Thank you. So my goal here is not to downplay your effort and what thus far you have acquired. Okay. It is simply to make sure that young people like yourself who are adventuring into this space, this workspace, are adequately prepared and not used as a political tool to gain some kind of political relevance. And I may not be coming across as favorable with the questioning, but it's because of your own interest. It benefits you tomorrow. Now, when you get into digital marketing or e-commerce, you must understand there are basic things that you must understand in order to help you progress. And in order to do that, you must even understand the applications that you're using, the basic application or Microsoft Suite applications that you may encounter if you have to deal with any of your clients. I would stop at that point just based on the question that I asked. I don't think I need to go further into the technical aspect of things. Let me just ask a general overview question of the training process. Is the project manager? Oh, thank you, Mr. Wei. Thank you for coming back on, Mr. Wei. Um, During the training process, it is alleged that students were allotted a specific amount for food, okay, and of course that of water. Did you make those allotment available to them throughout the process of the program? Because I'm not going back into the technical aspect of things again. I guess I'm making people feel a little bit uncomfortable. But let's talk about the program in its totality. Did you make those allotment available to them, and how much did you give to them through the process of the program? Each student, what did you give them, and what was it given to them for?
Thank you. And I'll address that question, but just want to go back a quick second to the question you were asking, Abenego and Josephine. These are two different courses that they did. And the reason why I want to go back to this question is because that was one of the things that we actually experienced. There were three courses out there: digital marketing, e-commerce. If you can play with your cell phone all day on Facebook, you actually do that without needing Word, Excel, or anything. You just need your WhatsApp and your Facebook and to log onto a platform. And you can do any of those digital marketing or e-commerce business without having to ever deal with Word or Excel unless you get to another level. But not just that. What we noticed during this process is that we saw that many people who were doing GIS and digital marketing, e-commerce, most of them did not even have the initial skills. Or some of them saw the name digital marketing, e-commerce, and they sounded good, it looked good. But then when they went to class, they found out that, oh, you know what? I actually want to do general digital skills. So we discovered that a lot of people around the country actually went into general digital skills, and that's where there's a lot of deficit. A lot of people want to have that introductory knowledge into computer or need to have it. That was one of the lessons we learned during this process. But then there were still people who actually needed these other skills. Like I have a guy that I talked to when I went around visiting the campuses. He did GIS, Geographic Information System and Digital Survey. And for him, he's in the School of Geology. I believe at the university, one of the universities. And he said, this is something that we hear about. So when I heard this is something that we learn about, but we never had the opportunity to touch these kind of applications. We just hear about them in class. So when I heard this was being offered, I jumped onto it first thing. So that application appealed to him very well. And that's what we've seen even with the marketing, e-commerce, and digital marketing. There are people right now who don't know Word and Excel, who actually have online businesses, who are ordering from Alibaba and selling it locally right now to people as you and I speak. Go to Facebook. You'll see some of their ads.
So let's get that correct. Mr. Willie, let's get that correct. First and foremost, you're talking about e-commerce, digital marketing, which is a combination of both enterprise, and in order to be successful at both enterprise, you must understand the basic applications that are often used in order to provide that import. So you cannot distance or disassociate any one of those applications that is often used in order to make your business successful. A lot of businesses rely on Excel in order to put or import or obtain data, as often as compared to Word that is often used to write a lot of their reports and other those things. So you cannot disassociate any one of those, considering the fact that you are creating that basic knowledge, the understanding of that particular platform. It is true that you are not using it extensively, all right? In order to be successful in e-commerce and digital marketing, you will not have to use it extensively, but you must have the understanding as to how it works to be, to some extent, efficient. Let's say that way. Would you agree with me on that part?
My goal is to ensure that everyone in this country have efficiency in these basic technologies that are needed for.
So in that case, you will agree with me then, in order to be efficient, they desire that aspect of things.
Can I interject on something quickly?
Not right now, please.
But Lofa, you've been talking for the last 15 minutes, so let
all right. You guys, all right.
Let me interject something quickly. I am what I'm trying, and I don't have a problem with the questions that are being asked. I'm trying to understand two things here. One, this is a 10-day training that you guys have carried out. I think the question was asked to Josephine to name you, Lofa. You asked her you said name me three applications in the Microsoft suite. She did answer those three questions. For me, what I'm trying to inquire from you at this stage, one, this is a pilot. Two, I'm also looking at the sustainability factor of this, and also key, like what you're talking about, what the kids are learning. This is obviously, and you, Lofa, you can bear with this, this is obviously a continuous process. The level at which the conversation is trending, I don't think they will be able to absorb all of that within 10 days. I'm just trying to be fair here. Right?
And that's fair. And that's fair. And that I think
the other thing, Lofa, is we're not debating. I don't think we're debating the curriculum here, right? Ben,
I think the discussion here is in totality. We were not specific as to what we discussed, whether it is the curriculum, what was learned, nothing of that nature. So let us not do that. Let us not create a
Lofa, this is not a debate. We're not.
No, it's not. It's
so
not.
It's just let's give. Lofa, can you give people a chance to talk? You was talking, nobody interrupted you.
But Ben, I was still on course though when you actually thought to
you asked. We did 2 questions each, right? We did 2 questions each. You asked about 4 questions. You are more versed in IT things, which I don't have a problem with. What I'm trying to say here is let us get to the basics of what this program is about. One, I'm also interested in sustaining this program, right? I'm also interested in the funding aspect of this program. Who's funding this program? As project manager, who are your teachers? How many trainers do you have? For me, all the integral, the technical things, they will have to, they can answer it at some point, but I don't think they will be able to get the fact that these young men and women are even venturing into IT. For me, I think it's commendable, like you rightly said. So I think let's reevaluate.
And at the same time, I asked a specific question, and Mr. Woyi thought to revert to the previous question I was asked. I asked a specific question, and he did not answer that question.
We gotta move on. We can't.
Let me come in. Guys.
Let me ask the question again. It is stated.
Let me answer your question. Still have that question if you want me to go.
Thank you, my brother. Can you answer that question?
So that question was specifically sure. And so we started hearing about that dinner, lunch, and money for transportation by the time it reached me. And I needed to first investigate it because I did not want for one single statement or sentence from one part of from an individual in the training to derail the entire training process and become the news of the day. What we did during our planning was we did let the training partners know that, hey, try to ensure that at least because this is the first of its kind, let there be at least some kind of water on the campus, so that when it's something to drink and they don't have to leave a class to go out to go and look for at least water section a day. So every student go on the campus, they go for 2 hours a day. So no, we were not providing refreshment. No, we were not providing transportation. All of those developed on their own. When they saw video of some students eating and they did not have food in their class. And my answer to him was, if I took time to even feed you guys in this class, we got only 2 hours here. It means the second class will not even go ahead. So no, that was not it. The whole that information was misconstrued, and a whole different information has been bred from just saying we needed some kind of at least have water on the campus. So if the question, to answer your question directly, no, there is no money that we were giving to students for food or water. We told our institutions to ensure that they were able to get at least water on the campus for their students.
Thank you, Mr. Way.
Mr. Zawi again, let me come in. First of all, let me say, such a program is, I don't know when it was ever done in our country, but it's a worthy project. I must commend all of you guys who are involved with it, because war is changing. Everybody's involved in technology and era right now. Everywhere you go is computer now. So I know the sacrifice is not easy to put into this work. To do this thing is a great thing. But I want to say that. So who are the trainers? Who are those you got that's helping to train these students? Who are they? So Zawi, you're in twice.
And before you answer, Tomalin, why you can just include in your answer, how did you vet these trainers? For me, it's important too. The people who training these kids, how were they vetted?
Sorry, I'm really not hearing you anymore.
We got to move twice on the screen.
You got to log out of one of those devices.
And come again.
Close one of my screens now.
And I will use this one.
Okay. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
So you get my question?
Okay. No, can you please ask that question again?
I was saying that this is a very worthy project, and but who are the trainers? like who are the trainers that are training these students? Who are they? And Ben added, how are they vetted?
Yeah.
All right. So what we did was we had a total of about we initially we did a recruitment process for our trainers also. Most of those who offer this training for us were training partners. So we went out to those training partners and encouraged them to have their teachers to apply. But we had others in the country who had at least a minimum of an IT certificate and at least a year of training experience to apply. So we did get those applications throughout the country, including the trainers that came from each of those institutions that were assisting us. And those applications, we put them into one pool. Yes, we did prioritize all of the trainers that came from the training partners and training institutions. If they had a minimum qualification, we allowed them to go first. And then where there were deficits, we used some of those other instructors that apply without being linked to any of the training institutions. And we did not stop there on just the recruitment and vetting process. After that, we did have our own teacher of training sections where we had an instructor through the entire program with them. And we also had sorry, I forgot his name, a doctor from STARS who came in and also lectured them on even though they were all teachers, but we still had them lecture on classroom management and training ethics. And so we went through all of that process before the first day of training. There may have been a few teachers that maybe did not attend those, but again, we ensured that almost every teacher that we had on this program had the opportunity to go through all of that.
Okay, so from what I gathered from Abednego and Josephine, basically after these the 10 days of training, once the students when they are certificated, it's from what I gather from them, they're able to get on a computer and start it and at least know that they know how to create their own password and just to use a computer, basically, right? You get on a computer now, they know how to prepare the password and then enter access the computer and do whatever they want to do in the computer, right? From after the 10 days, right?
Oh yes, and not just that. Also go online, create an account through the library training e-learning portal, and that's where they had to submit their final project and their final and do their final test. So you had to go there. You had to create a complex password based on what you learn, or else you won't be able to create an account because all of that we did that for a reason so that we know that these students are learning, and then all of the things that they have learned, all of those resources is also online. So if you were to go to liberiagoalsdigital.org, again, digital.org, and just click on the learning portal, you can also go in and create an account. And some of you who are interested in reviewing our content and seeing how elaborate it was, and you can definitely see that. And we're hoping to add more content because our students are on there, they're loving it, and they're using it.
And lastly, I see you got a Reinhard Tubli from STAR. STAR is a trainer. So I mean, STAR is a computer school too, right? So you are partnering with STAR University.
Yeah. Am I still audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Actually, what are you partnering with STAR University? I know it's a computer university.
Maybe Reinhard can answer since
yeah, Reinhard, you can answer that question.
Yeah. So okay. Good evening to all. I'm so excited to be on the show. I'm one of the trainers from Stars University.
You speak louder. We can hear you.
Okay, let me just put my mic to my mouth. Okay, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I'm one of the trainers from Stars University. Train the students on general digital skills, and it was an amazing experience. Training people who don't have the knowledge about digital literacy and computer literacy. Yeah, I actually thought that we were going to train only high school students, but then when we got there, we saw a whole lot of people, even university graduates that don't even know anything about a computer. So I was like, wow, I think man did well by bringing this program because there are people who they have graduated from high school and they knew little or nothing about computer, and at least we were able to give them the basic understanding of the teaching, like the Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and some important things about the digital world that they needed to learn. It was an amazing experience, and
Okay.
I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad
Okay,
to be a part of it.
Reinhard, can I ask my question,
So
please? Okay. Yeah, we'll come back
yeah,
to you.
yeah.
I want to ask Mr. I'm gonna call him Josephine just now because he
Zowie.
Mr. Bowie. Sorry, no, I was trying to look at the name. And I want to talk again. I'm speaking on sustainability because again, I know Liberia, and forgive me for harping on this. I know we do these things, we start these good programs, but then and then in the end, these students or these end users end up becoming kind of like the victim, right? Where they get some kind of skill and then it just abruptly stop. One, I want to talk about funding. Are you aware how is this program being funded? Is it only the government of Liberia that's funding it? Do you guys have other partners who's funding it? And I want you to address specifically the aftermath, right? Because we've also had situations in the country where whether it's NGOs who would come to train people, and they would just once the people get the skills, they just leave them. Do you guys have anything in place? Any money in place for them to, maybe like I asked about an internship, partnering with different corporations? Are they going to put these skills to work? Because like everything, if you learn something and you don't use it, you tend to maybe forget it, right? So I want you to talk about
My God,
who's
my God.
funding this.
Oh my God.
I want you to talk about who's funding this, any partnership, and secondly, what is the plan after these I don't want to say kids because they may just say university students, right?
Yeah.
These folks can you talk about that?
Yes, and I want to thank our instructor for also coming in. We invited him earlier. We're not sure that he was going to come, so thanks again for coming. But yeah, to answer your question, the funding right now is coming directly from the government for this first one. The president announced it. The government supported as a policy statement, and we did get that first funding directly from the government with no other partnership. It is our hope that our policymakers, in the kind of interest this has aroused and what it has ignited in the country, will ensure that we can get every funding that we need. We are going to reach out to every government and NGOs that we can to get additional funding to ensure that we can sustain this and that we can provide opportunities out of it. But in addition to that, what this program, which is again the first of its kind, let's say our pilot, has done is that $250,000 has been reserved for seed funding. And this fund is going to go to a pool of corporations. So our students that have participated from around the country are going to go together and find a group of 3 or 4 and develop an idea, a business idea that either is innovative or utilizes technology. And then they will apply into a pool that is actually being managed by Rise International. And they will do the vetting. So that vetting won't be done by me or by anyone on my team. That will be done by an extended organization. And after that vetting, those that will qualify, the businesses in there that will qualify will not just be given that money in cash, but will be walked through an incubation system with again right price, wherein they're taught business development, registration, technologies they need to know, and then they will be walked through the business process to maturity. And when they're mature, whatever the balance is, that money will now be provided to them. But then they should already have a business registered. And then we're hoping that out of the many businesses that will be chosen from, I think it's up to about 50 that we're hoping to get from around the country. If we can get one successful enterprise, that would be a great accomplishment from this program, because that one enterprise will hire as many as thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands people. But this is just part of that sustainability process, which is the seed funding that goes out to participants of this program to let them know that, hey, you can start a business today with the help of the government, with the little that we have for right now. And we are hoping that this continues every year.
So you said the government is providing how much? Did you say is the government that's providing this money?
Yes, it's
How
all
much?
from the government.
The seed money? How much?
The seed funding is going to be $250,000.
And that money is available already? Do you guys have that money? I'm asking these questions because I know a lot La Bureau.
That money is available and it's going to the students that will qualify through this seed funding program. Those are, and all of the students are right now submitting their seed funding applications with all of their different innovative ideas and businesses as we speak.
Okay. Peabody, you can answer.
Let me comment. Let me also say here that I am proud of you guys, because this is the first time this happening in Liberia on unlimited opportunities, and you guys are able. I know you guys don't have the opportunity that some of us have in the U.S. and others have, but you guys have managed to work on difficult constraints to ensure that these kids benefit from this, and I'm proud. Let me say that I applaud the government for doing this. You know, as I said, I criticize, but when something good happens, I applaud that as well, and that is part of constructive criticism. I think you guys have done well on such difficult situation. But yes, my question: you have kids going through this program. Is there a plan to set up like a computer lab that some of these kids that are enrolled in the program to continue advancing to the next level? You know, because I can come and learn the computer, but if I don't have an opportunity to practice or use it, then it makes it difficult. I could forget, you know. So are there any plans to set up, say, maybe a computer lab where sometimes these kids can pop in through the various schools where they can go in and just, you know, continue to advance the skills and stuff like that?
Yes, there is that plan. In fact, I just spoke on it with the honorable chairman from LT, Abdullah Kamara. And I think there is a plan to set up those hubs, technology hubs around the country, wherein any of our students or anyone in the country can go into to develop their computer skills, to work on a project, to do a homework. And that's in addition to what the Ministry of Education is already working on to ensure that all of our public schools have some kind of digital lab. So with those in place, we are assured that all of our participants, as they continue to do this program, they will have somewhere to do continual learning, to do continuous practice. And we also, again, are investing a lot of our time as a project team into our website to ensure that it is always there, always available, and that it mobile device friendly, so that any student or any participant or anyone in the country that have access to the internet has the ability to go out there to learn, to get resources, and our hope is to even add job resources to that platform as those become available.
Awesome. Let me ask this. I understand that you guys are also engaging with the Ministry of Youth and Sports as well in this area. So can you talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, so Youth and Sport is actually one of our partners and on the steering committee. And we also do have on the project team three of the statutory youth groups, including Fly, Monroe Union, and Linsu. And they're all instrumental and have been in ensuring that we targeted the right population, that we were reaching out to the right people to ensure that this was a success. So we are actively working with youth and sport in that capacity. We do have on the steering committee, which overshadows and approves all of our decisions. Youth and sports, education, Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, and the LTA. So we're under their combined umbrella, and we appreciate their leadership.
I just like to reflect one of your students here who just posed this. He said that I was part of the training and applied for the seed funding. My group has established an institution called T24 Digital Service Incorporated. That seems, it appears that you guys kids seem to be benefiting from this program. But I believe that's all my question for now. We'll come back to you later, but I think I applaud what you guys are doing.
Yeah, as this Mr. Zawi. Already? Oh.
Yeah, we'll go around all over.
Oh.
Anyway, Mr. Zawi, again, I reiterate, I'm very grateful for your service, right? The attempt to educate Liberians, especially young people, on, electronics, computer in general. I must be grateful to you for your service to Liberia. Taking technology to Liberia, it comes with that service, the desire to see growth in a society, and I must commend you for that. But this is what I would not do. I would not play politics like others who wants to be seen politically correct, and others who wants to be seen favorable, to say, hey, I am well balanced. I think the future of these young people is at stake. If you are to provide opportunity for these young people, I think they should be well prepared for the workforce, where they can actually balance themselves and just excel in the era of technology. I'm not saying they are supposed to know everything from the get-go upon their graduation, but you will understand and agree with me that the foundation is critical. My question to you, or first question, would be, what's the possibility of readjusting the nomenclature? Instead of having to say the digital program, is there a possibility that you can actually have it introduced much more as a computer literacy program based on what you stated earlier, so that it is actually well presented to the rest of the world when it comes to the marketing aspect of it, especially when it comes to the skill set? What's the possibility of that happening?
So
okay. I didn't get part of your question. I heard up to where you said changing the nomenclature, and that was where.
So my question here is.
So can you repeat that question, please?
Sure. Based on your response, okay, or responses, several of them you made mention of the fact that you're simply introducing computer, okay, to people who are enrolling in the program. My question to you, instead of having to introduce it as a computer digital program as compared to computer literacy program, will it be much more favorable and fair to the general population if you were to simply change the nomenclature and say, hey, computer literacy program, which in other words, like I look at from, just from a tech background, and you appear to be from a tech background, we under promise and over deliver. And if you were to teach these people to get them well prepared for the production environment, it helps make this establishment looks a lot better as compared to labeling it what it is right now. And the expectation is more than that. Do you have any desire to hopefully adjust? And I'm not suggesting this, but I'm just asking, do you have any desire to adjust the nomenclature of the program so that it is actually in comparison with what you're actually presenting?
If it's just the name, it is possible.
Frozen.
That is a decision that we can make together, including the project team, including even our steering committee, including the students. So yeah, that wouldn't be much of a problem. And again, we develop, we advance as things come. But the digital transformation is actually an agenda that I believe it started a little bit earlier, but that is an agenda that LTA, who is now the implementing body of this program, is digital transformation is one of its initiative. So it's a national initiative to transform our economy, to transform this country through digitization. And so this training just happened to be a portion of digital transformation. So this is a training skill that's under this national digital transformation, which includes infrastructure, which include the different technologies, and then this is part of the training. Nevertheless, this is still something that can be considered if it's just a name. If consideration after throwing that out there, we decide, hey, keep the name, there's no problem at all. But this is something I can definitely take into consideration.
So, and in that regards, let me just say this, all right? And I'm glad that you're so upfront and honest with your answer to say, hey, this is in an effort to help the economy. And in order for us to be successful, I'm not going to say you, but for us as Liberian to be successful in this process, guess what? We need the best, we need the brightest, we need to train these young people so that when they are out there providing the services that are needed, other can see reason to say, let us gravitate towards Liberia as compared to us having to go to India and other places that would be considered our competitors in this process. So my thing here is, and when I pose these technical questions, it's not to be denigrating, it's not to take away from your work, but it's to simply hold us accountable for what we do if we are to put these young people out there and say, go represent Liberia. You can be out of Liberia and still represent Liberia in the e-commerce environment, in the digital environment. And we speak of some of the best, we can still reference Liberians in that aspect of it. And I just say, again, I will close on that note and ask my final question. At what point do you hope to, see some kind of, the fruit of your labor? I know somebody projected, somebody who had benefited from it, the program earlier, but the question is, though, at what point do you hope to see that coming from around at least most of the counties in Liberia? Do you have any kind of projection as to when you should see some kind of fruit of your labor?
Yeah, I think we already started seeing it. Like I said, I took a tour on some of these campuses, and I heard from the students themselves, and that's why I brought two of them here anyway. But everywhere I went, every section we went into, the students expressed gratitude first to the president and to this program, first of its kind, and to the fact that they were learning. Most of them went in there with mixed feeling, but then if you ask any of our participants that came out outside politics, your impression would change. They will tell you how much they have benefited from this program and how much it means to them. That gives you that satisfaction and the momentum to even working and keep advocating for more programs like this. And in fact, they are making those advocacy. Go to Liberia Digital Transformation site. Everything you see there has nothing with media or with politics. It's all students. First, they started sending it to the WhatsApp group, and I told them, you know what? Send it out there. Maybe the policy makers will see it. Maybe maybe the politicians will see it. Maybe the media folks will see it. Maybe the NGOs will see it. Maybe the world will see it, and they will know that you are yearning for this, and you want it right now, and they should help to ensure that this is a possibility.
Okay,
Thank you.
let me come in, right? But let me say again, Mr. Zawi, I'm getting a lot of positive responses from people about this program. Because as I said earlier, we have not seen it in the country, honestly, to see people with this groundswell. But people are impressed, and like one of the trainers said, they were intended for students, but then they realized that university graduates and other people are enrolling, trying to get involved. It shows you the need to have such a program in Liberia. But and I know 10 days. If you guys, it's all about funding. I know because you got condensed the materials because of the funding. So I'm sure because if not, you're going to computer program. We know is a lengthy program. People take sometimes months to get it. But with that being said, I want to find out like whose idea, whose vision like this with the whole digital program, who initiated this whole thing, who brought it about? Because I mean, it's apparently catching waves now from what I see. So who's the brainchild behind this program?
Thank you again for that question. I think I elaborated a little bit on it, but to go directly to the answer, the name again is Honorable Abdullah El Kamara, and he's the current chairperson for the Board of Commissioners at the LTA. It was his vision, and he articulated that vision, and the president supported that vision. And as a result of that, we do have the digital skill training that is ongoing right now. And I'm also thankful to His Excellency President Joseph Boakai, but also to Honorable Abdullah Kamara for bringing me on board and giving me the opportunity to contribute to my country through the digital transformation training.
So the first phase of this program, you said how much it costs for the first phase of this program, because you said you're going to train 500 persons.
Yeah, actually, the training was for 10,000. The president announced and wanted 10,000 youth trained around the country. And when we started the recruitment process, we got 12,000. If we are not close enough, we would have gone up to I don't know how many. And so we had to train all those that we got, even though the budget we had was set up for around 10,000, but we had to expand it to train the 12,000 participants that registered. And as we speak, even the data we have now, we have to adjust it. We have to go back and add names. And maybe we'll have to remove a few names of some people that may not have shown up. But we have a lot of people register but went on the campuses, and some of them demanded that they must sit in class. So when the partners call us, we told them, okay, if you got a space, if you can allow it, please allow those people to go through, and those that will sit through the program and complete the entire training, send us their name. We're going to add it to our database, and we'll give them certificate. We'll have them do their test online as well. And you'll be surprised to learn that we have over 400-500 people who did not register, but who also went through the training. We couldn't accommodate everybody. I know some people, and maybe there are some people listening to me who went on campuses and there was just not the capacity. Look out for the next training. But as many people who did not register as we could accommodate, we did do that.
Before I go to Chairman Ben, let me say this. Apparently, because we are being monitored by you on Hot FM, Truth FM, and on YouTube, Facebook, and that's, I mean, thousands of people watching you, and I think they are getting interested. So, how can people contact you for this program? They want to be part of it. How can they contact you and so forth? Chairman, from there you can take it.
Yeah, so we have the contact number. You can actually find that also, because I don't have that. I will get that for you in a moment. But I'll go to liberiagoesdigital.org. Again, Liberia Goes, GOES, digital.org. It's all one word. liberiagoesdigital.org. And that's our website. That's where you'll find all of the details about this training. You can also find us on Facebook, and it's like the transformation. Again, Facebook, Liberia Digital Transformation. That's our page, and you can follow us on there. You can leave your comments, and we're always reading those comments, and those will be included in our reports. And in our adjustments, in our considerations, we're going to consider all of those comments. So please follow us on there, and please visit our website also. And for the phone number, it is 0778 552 282. Again, 0778 552 282. Thank you.
Can you repeat that website for a minute again, please? Is it liberiagoedigital.org?
Go with an S, GOES, goes.
Oh, okay. Liberia Goes Digital. Okay, Liberia Goes
Digital.org.
Okay, I'm just trying to share. I'm trying to share the website with other people on here. So, okay. Yeah, we have it. All right.
On the Facebook page, it's Liberia Digital Transformation.
I'm going to share the link with the audience on here, so that way they can easily just click on it and go do their own work on here. It's right there. There you go.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Chairman, muted. Yeah.
Ben, we can't hear you, Ben.
If anyone's speaking, I'm not hearing them.
Yeah, we're not hearing.
Chairman, you gotta go in and come out. We're not hearing you.
And Ben is an IT project manager, though.
But I think that Lofa muted me, right?
Don't restart. Don't restart. No, say with me.
No, but let me say this. I want to say this, and I don't know why I think my thing kind of froze. You know how I say Lofa muted because I trying to unmute myself.
You see? Blame Lofa for everything.
You don't want to do. But let me say this. I wanted to a couple of things I wanted to figure out, right? And I was talking about and what we're looking at. I am and I heard first of all, this is not one of the reasons why I am interested in this is because, like I said, I have been one of the proponents that have always argued that IT is probably is the way to go. Everybody knows that, right? Everybody knows the future lies in IT. I have also seen that, I've been told that at the end of the day, this is and one of the reasons why I'm not trying to hammer this this project manager is because he's just doing his thing, right? For me, I'm looking more for the bigger picture and what is going to eventually going to accomplish. I was told, like I'm hearing from him, some of the programs that they're outlining, all of the different skill set. If it's not, again, I go back to the issue of sustainability, right? I like the fact that he's talking about this seed money that they're giving and all of that, but we have to go beyond just that. We have to get, like from Lofa's point, some of the technical things, all those things. I want us to continue to follow this program because at the end of the day, if these kids do acquire the skills that they need to acquire, it makes them competitive, right? I've seen a lot of companies, concessionaires, come to Liberia, Metal Steel, all of these companies come to Liberia, and they're bringing in IT professionals because they're saying that what people don't have the capacity to be able to, live up to kind of like the technology. We are entering the phase of AI. We ain't even start talking about that component yet when it comes to Liberian, to the young people of Liberia. That's why I think this is a good program. I think at the end of the day, it needs to get better, like everything else. They need to expand it. They need to invest a little bit more. I will go as far as saying 250,000. I think it's too small, right? One trip the president makes is more than 250,000. One trip, I see all the government officials then traveling, the pro tem, all of them going on visit. I'm sure they're spending more than 250,000. So that is little small politics I'm going to inject into it, right? I think the government needs to invest a lot more into this program because it is going to leapfrog us into the future as a nation. I like the ambitious goal of 500,000 students or 500,000 young people. I love that goal. But hey, why not 1 million? I want us to be bold. I want to see bold decisions being made. And I want to encourage you to push. You, the project manager, push your people. Push them. Ask them. Don't just settle for the small thing and say, oh, yeah, let's just teach them Excel, PowerPoint, and to do. You, I'm sure, are IT professional. Contrary to what Lofa said, I'm not an IT professional. I'm a project manager who just manages IT professionals, right? So I don't know about all your technical thing. So he's just trying to put me under the bus here. But I would say this. I think there is a need for you to advance. And whoever I think this is being ran by the LTA. They need to we need to advocate for more resources to be given to this program. The budget of the president needs to be expanded. They have a special program because this is what's going to guarantee the future of Liberia, right? I was glad to know, I was just receiving text messages that I was glad to know that this program also, I think there was some training done during the previous administration. Guess what? Expand it, leapfrog it, right? Instead of doing 10,000, I want to see 20,000. So I'm going to call on the folks on LTA.
So Ben, let me ask a question. This is not the first of its kind.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, I've been told, I'm looking at the information here and I'm seeing that they're saying that there were some training that happened under the past administration. Now, he may not know, right?
Okay.
He may not know, right? But at the end of the day, I want us to see a leapfrogging ahead. I want us to see a leapfrogging. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with training 50,000 young people. There's nothing wrong with treating 100,000 young people. I am going to be a strong advocate for this program. Why? Because I think it will help our country. It will help our people. I've seen what magical people in this country don't even need a college degree. They just need some certificate in different programming, and they are making money more than people who got master's degrees. That is the kind of Liberia I think we need to put. That's the reason why I will support you, my brother, to continue what you are doing. I think you are doing a great service to our country. I'm going to call on the government. I'm going to call on the folks from LTA, from the executive mansion, all of them. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's expand the program. Let's add more money to the budget, and let's grow in the advancement to get our young people to the level to which they're supposed to get to. For me, I think that's critical. So I just want to thank you for you know for what you are doing, and for those young people. I'm so impressed. I'm so proud of them. Whatever the situation is, let them get the support that they need. Peabody, you want to come in?
Yeah, let me also extend. He talked about his boss and coming up to the program. The boss, Mr. Kamar. You know, I think this again, as I said earlier, will advance the knowledge of our young children. Some of them in high school or going to college may have the opportunity to turn on a laptop and do a research, you know, and say I can go to different sites and do research and stuff like that, you know, starting from somewhere. So I think it is very, 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 very crucial, especially in this modern globalization, you know, IT world that we live in. You know, it's very, very crucial, and I think it's a great step that the management is moving toward taking. And I think we here at the Coaching Acumen, we want to be involved. I mean, we want to bring you guys as long as you continue to do this, we want to bring you on and talk about how many people your students want to see the tangibles through the students and what they are doing and how they are you know coping. You guys are moving forward, you know. But let me ask one question. I know this thing almost impossible with the budget you guys have, you know, in terms of getting, you know, laptops and things like that. You know, I know with the budget you guys have. Do you guys plan, or does management plan to at least get you guys situated, you know, where you say, you know what, we work for LTA. This is LTA lab. This is our laptop. Where we're going to bring it people to our library or lab, so that we can have people come and train. You know, but I'm more interested in the student outside of Monrovia. That's where my heart aches. You know, because they have less opportunity compared to that of Monrovia. You know, people in Monrovia have a lot of opportunity. You got different schools. You got school like Starks, different computer school. So I know you started this pilot work in Monrovia. How soon you expect to actually get it into some of those counties like Grand Gita, like Maryland, like I'm not talking about Bassa, but like Sano, River G, those areas that are hard, very difficult to reach. How soon you plan to get programming into that area?
Yeah, and that is true. For that, I want to thank all of you for bringing us onto this show to let the country know what is going on in terms of the national digital skill training. But yeah, all of those that you just mentioned are some of the concerns and lessons learned that we have been giving out to the steering committee, and we hope that those are also incorporated. Those will be incorporated into our reports, and we hope that the national government and the chairman and visionary behind this program will take some actions on that. And actually, I believe he is. There is already a plan in place to ensure that we are stable. There is somewhere that we can actually work from and be able to provide more of this training. There are plans to ensure that there are technology centers and hubs around the country that young people can go into themselves. And actually, you touched one point that is one of those things that we experienced during the training. Getting our computers into, I believe it was Sando. On the way there, the rain was heavy, the road was bad, the cars couldn't get there through the way they were taking. They had to come back, and so we missed training for like a day, but then we're able to get there and continue the training. But those are all lesson learned, and those are part of the reasons why we want to have those hubs in those places to ensure that we are able to offer the training whenever and the students are needing to have those training. So
Yeah,
that's something that we are aware of and will continue to advocate. And we will let the steering committee know. We will let the chairman know.
Is your chairman watching this program? Why not tell him to call? We want to talk to him about his long-term plans for this program. Tell him to call you, and then you can put him on. Let's see what's his long plan going to be, his long-term plan going to be. But I think it's a good start. Your chairman, I think, is an excellent start for him. You know, especially one of the first in the country. You know, I think it's a good start. And if he's listening, maybe he can call you later. But I think it's a good start. I mean, we want to put our mouth where we see good things happening. We don't want to criticize, just criticizing, but we also want to recognize when they are doing something good. I think you guys have done something good. I see you putting your hands up. You want to say something?
Dr. Peabody, if you would please allow me to say something here.
No, you want to say something? Lofa, let the guy say anything that you comment. Go ahead.
Rehad Toby.
Go ahead, Mr. Toby.
No, not really.
Okay, then Lofa, go ahead. I thought your finger up. I thought you
Yeah. So I'm so sorry. The network is the net. Okay, I have some things to say. I just been waiting. I apologize for the network. It's so bad on my end here. Yeah. There are some things I wanted to say, but then due to the network, I kept going off the call. I overheard someone talking, and I'm so sorry. I'm not seeing the name on the screen right now to call the name. But the person was like asking what did the student carry with them, and they were asking about the sustainability and also whether the time frame of the program was enough for the student. And for my end, one thing I did under the importance of digital literacy when I was teaching them, I taught them about online learning, which is key to advancing their skills in those various or topics. We taught them like the Microsoft Word basics, the Excel basics, the PowerPoint basics, and how to operate the computer. I taught them that they could use YouTube because YouTube is an institution all by itself. So with that, I believe because most of them did not even know that you can go on YouTube and learn a whole lot. You know,
So
you
you
can
said
learn
you guys,
up to
just
advanced
for clarity,
level Microsoft Word on YouTube just by paying attention. Huh?
just for clarity, you said you guys taught them those basic skills, right? The Microsoft
Come
Excel,
again?
PowerPoint. You said you guys taught them those basic skills, right? Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and so forth, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You said you guys taught them the basic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they
Yes.
introduced them to the technology and told them they can advance if they want to advance, or if there are
Just
things
the
that they're
basic,
missing and they want to
just to
learn, they can go to
navigate.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll let you land and then I'll just make my comment.
yeah,
Go ahead.
YouTube. So yeah, we taught them.
Somebody on the phone?
I'm sorry, the network is kind of bad. I'm not getting clarity. Okay, yeah. So if I'm being heard, then I will continue. But the network is kind of bad. When you were speaking just now, I didn't get you clearly. So yeah, as I was saying, we taught them on and I share a couple of videos with them as I was going through the training, the Microsoft Word, the Excel, and PowerPoint. And I'm sure, and all those that have interest and want to hone their skills will continue to go to YouTube to advance them.
Guys, but we can take
So
calls for.
let me just say this in my statement here regarding what Mr. Wade and other people are doing in Liberia, and I must commend you guys for the effort and attempted sacrifice to hopefully adventure into technology. As it is often said, we are now into the virtual world. Anybody who's into technology understands when you speak of the virtual world. But the reason why I thought to ask some of the questions that I asked, again, I'm not here to justify or to make any kind of claim to anybody why I asked my question, but I just want to make this suggestion going forward. Hopefully we can take to it because we want to compete with the rest of the world. We don't simply want to settle for just the bare minimum Anything that is given to, oh, this is the first time ever happened in the world. Good Jesus, thank you. No, we want to get the best and the brightest. I asked a question, and when I posed the question to the students on here, one of them said they had not been introduced to that aspect of it. And then the other person was able to answer the question partially. So I hope that we can kind of enhance things a little bit more so that we can create job opportunities, and we can create jobs, not to only have jobs, but maintain those opportunities, whether it is virtual. And then that way we can work towards the idea of the economy, because we can build the economy if we are to impact the young people based on the technological skills that they desire in order to be successful. And to be successful when it comes to technology, you can understand the theory, but I can tell you when it comes to the practical aspect of things, if you lack the ability to implement, you may at some point, and you can attest to this, fall short of the glory that you sincerely want. So if it comes to that, I'm just asking you guys to just enforce the curriculum a little bit more. And then, as it is being stated out there, that the program is being sold, okay, as a tech program, IT technician, when of course this is much more, as it has been presented per my view tonight, as a computer literacy program. I don't think we should actually venture into the path of deception. I think we should actually provide the adequate information to the public. Say, look, this is computer literacy. You're coming here to get the basic understanding as to computer, the functionality, logging in. And then if you want to move forward or further your education on computer and other things, you can see as to whether this is something that is in your interest, because there are diverse fields where you can venture into development, programming, all of these things. You can do that and so forth. But I must commend you for the work that you guys are doing, but those are just my suggestions. I'm sorry. This is not me trying to just take away from your effort, but this is me trying to just wish for the best for Mama Liberia and not to be politically correct or be favored by the viewers. Thank you.
Mr.
Thank
Zawi,
you.
go ahead.
I just wanted to correct some assertions on that. So we actually offer 3 different courses programs during this first section of training. One of them is the general digital skills, which is basically the introduction to digital technology, the introduction to computer. That's where you do the Excel, the Word. We also have a different course that others decided to take, which is the e-commerce and e-marketing, which is basically the marketing portion of it, going to websites, creating marketing platforms, doing businesses online, or doing selling and buying online to just make that easier. And then we have the third one, which is digital survey, or GIS, Geographic Information System. And that course is basically the one that you do, like when people come into the country right now, every organizations that come in, United Nations, USAID, even the government does surveys all of the time. What's the ratio of men to women doing businesses in real estate market? Those comes all the time. Guess what we do? We bring in internationals to do those surveys. This is a tech skill, a digital skill that now people in this country have, and they can get together and form a business. And when Ministry of Gender say, oh, we want to do a survey on men and women that were born in hospitals in Liberia this year, we already have a team ready to go and do it. Who are Liberians who learned these skills right here, right now, in the past couple of days?
Great. So what mechanism do you have put in place to make that determination as to who fits in which program? Because you have 3 different programs here. What mechanism do you have put in place to make that determination? Because the previous question that you answered is, you have had people who came to the program and they didn't even know how to turn a computer. They were from colleges. And now I'm hearing you saying that you have 3 different programs, but you're to make that distinction. Do you have any mechanism put in place to make that determination to say, okay, based on your skill set, this is where you may fit. Based on your skill set, this is where you need to go, or based on your skill set, this is where you should be situated as of now? What mechanism do you have put in place thus far?
I like that question. So again, these are digital skills program that we were instructing these users in. The minimum requirement for most of them was, especially for the other 2, which is the e-commerce, e-marketing. Like I told you, I can give you someone right now. If you give them word, they won't know it. But guess what? She has a business and she's not outside Liberia. She's right here, right now. She orders cologne and sprays and things and sells them right on. She orders clothes and sells them right on Facebook. She goes into her application. She put her data in for how much she wants. Those goods come into the country. She put her ads up. Her friends call her. They buy those goods. Those are the kind of knowledge that the digital marketing is giving you. We're not looking there to, what we're looking for there is to just equip you to start doing something with the same time you're spending on social media in that digital marketing and e-commerce platform. The GIS, digital survey. When we're looking for people to do survey right now, guess what they were using? The GIS students. I'm not sure if you guys visited or saw any of them doing it outdoors. Somewhere right in Oro, there was one other team there that I saw. Those children are on their cell phone with the application. They're out there doing the survey and getting their data and crushing that data right there with the application right within the very same 10 days, not 20 days. And today, if you were to employ any of those digital survey students to go in on a team of surveyors, guess what? They will collect that data. Why? Because they just got impacted that knowledge that they can use today, not tomorrow. And so these are the applications of what was taught today. Even the general digital skills. Students were given that knowledge to enact it today. And when you speak to some of those students, you will hear what they can do within the past 10 days, what they couldn't do, and what they are able to do today. I get your point. We are going to continue developing on this. Our goal is to ensure that we can add to these skills, we can improve these skills.
Okay, Mr. Sanvee.
I was just trying to get clarity on is what mechanism do you have put in place to make that determination as to where one fits in order to be admitted to any of the programs? That's what I'm trying to get out. What mechanisms are you using to make that determination, if that makes sense? And I mean, I think it is fair enough to say, I think you guys are doing good. So continue to do what you're doing. I just wanted to know if you have any mechanism put in place other than what was done yesterday, which is, of course, obviously not working. I just want to know if you have one that you have instituted to help you make that determination that John comes with this skill set, so he fits in this program like it is done in the Western world, which of course you have been a part of. And Mary comes with this skill set, so she fits in this program. Let her go here. And Peter comes with this program or this knowledge set. Let him go into this program. That's how these determinations are made. But you must have some form of mechanism put in place. My question is, what is it?
I see. I think you are more towards expertise. You're trying to say, oh, okay, since this guy sitting in here wants to be a Microsoft expert, or he wants to be an admin or domain admin or a server admin, he needs to have these minimum qualifications. Our minimum qualifications here for these general programs, we were looking for Liberians to give them these introductory skills. So if you found out, the first thing I said when I first came on this program was we made each of these programs domain proof. Meaning you could have actually gone through it yourself and understood and learned the product and be able to apply it today. And there are no minimum requirements to do e-commerce. If you can get on and chat and even watch the show, it means you can make business on Facebook and succeed. You don't need Microsoft to get on Facebook. So you don't need Microsoft to make money on Facebook right now. You can now start just going ahead, taking photos and taking those photos and posting them up on Facebook and create a beautiful ad and saying the most beautiful destinations on earth that no one else have seen but the rich. Throw that on Facebook, advertise it, and let it go around the world. You will start seeing people calling it around and you will start making money. You didn't know that yesterday. Now you know it today. That's the kind of skill we're trying to give out there.
So those are the skill set that is expected, but there isn't a mechanism put in place to make any form of determination as to who is admitted at these various programs. So, and again, you don't have to have one right now, but again, it would be my recommendation that you put some kind of rubric in place so that it is determined who is admitted, where, when, how, and that way when people are going out there, they are adequately prepared to represent, okay, your institution, the program that is being stated. So that way you're not just putting people out there, and once it's not favorable to them, they have to do something else. That is just my input. I'm sorry, but that
no, and you're right. Honestly, you're right. This one was open to all Liberians. That's once you fit, you were within that age category. You were qualified to take part. It didn't matter whether you're female or male. It didn't matter whether you were disabled, you are an individual with disability or not. We incorporated everyone, and we even have a lot of individuals with disability, 300 plus that did apply. We even had individuals with disability that were blind that applied, that actually took this program. You'd be surprised to know that. And so the qualification was just be a Liberian, have the ability, and because this was the first program, at least have a smartphone to initiate the sign-up process. That was minimum. But we will get to the point where we will do what you're asking, where we start going expertise level, programming. If you want to do programming, yes, you need some prerequisites. But where we're going into coding, if you want to do coding, or if you want to do robotics or AI, you need to have these prerequisites. But for right now, this was general, and it was open to all Liberians that could read and write and had the ability to partake in the program.
Computer literacy program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think this introductory program, I think, is getting positive feedbacks from the public. I see we're getting a lot of messages. We want you guys to come back. Perhaps it won't be your first, not your last. Hope you guys will continue to update the public with this project and so forth. And right now, the entire world is all about, everybody wants to learn about computer. Everybody is moving towards that, to that end. And for Liberia too, I'm happy that you guys, this program is coming in the country. It's in the country already, and it's catching fire, and people are moving towards it. We know it's you said this project is for 6 years, as you said earlier. But we pray and hope that this project will expand and the entire country will catch the fever. And at the end of the day, at least even the Texas, even the peppermint drawer, the Zogo and all will learn will know how to operate a computer quickly and so forth. Everybody will learn to want to take part in it, because at the end of the day too, we pray that our country will forget about this manual, so that even our transaction will be through digital, something like that. That helps to even take away fraud and other stuff from stuff, from in our system. We pray and hope that will be the case. But we want to say thank you and give us your parting comments, so that we can take leave of you. But we appreciate you coming, and we look forward to having you come on the closing argument again. So you now give your parting comments to the public.
Well, thank you, Chief, and thanks to all of the studio guests and hosts, and thanks to the nation and everyone that is watching, and thanks to our President, His Excellency Honorable Joseph M. Boakai, and thanks also to Honorable Kamara for this vision. And thanks to the country for also coming on and grabbing this vision and willing and open to run with it. And we hope that we get all of the support that is required to ensure that this program continues and that it is successful. Thanks again for hosting us, and we're open to coming anytime, and we appreciate your time today.
Thank you, man. We're looking forward to bringing you back, and you guys continue what you're doing, and we wish you guys all the best. All the best, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Let me just go in one more time, please, before you let me off. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to my team. It's a very hard working team. In fact, guess what? We're trying to crunch data for about 2,000 plus people that apply or that did their project online. And for those, we have to go through them and look at them to be able to grade them. It's not like the test that is automated. So it's a lot of work. We're on it day and night, morning and evening. A large team is here and we're working on it. I just want to give a big shout out to them and thanks to this team. And the country should be thankful that we have dedicated young people that are willing to work and to assist every one of us.
How many members on your team? How many members on your team?
Well, we are close to what, 80. If we include everybody now, we'll be 80 plus here. That's not my core team, but those are all people that we have brought in to help. We're a lot right now. 80, 85. Yeah, somewhere between 80 and 90 right now for everybody that is trying to make sure that we can get this in adequately and on time.
Yes, that's good, man. And in the future, we look forward. Maybe will come a time that as the people graduating, you're getting a laptop, right? In the future, get everybody a laptop.
Oh, we are hoping. I hope the president is listening. I hope the chairman is listening because that's something we really need. We're advocating for it so that all of our students at least they can graduate for 2 that they can take around with them and continue to work on. So. Yeah, definitely.
Good luck. Thanks so much, man.
Dr. Peabody, I will respond to you when the guests leave, but we got to call on the line. Let's take this caller. Go ahead, Siddiqui. You're now on the show.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Brother Tomalin and Big Brother Peabody. So it's good to be here. Thank you for the show. So basically I wanted to ask the guests, but I believe you're still listening. So I just wanted to ask a question.
Siddiqui phone is a little too late.
Go ahead, Siddiqui. Your big brother say you're 42 late. Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to add on to what Tim has been for the sustainability of this program. So, we have similar program here in Rwanda, but it's kind of private. That is not controlled by government. So what they do here, they partner with private organization, for future sustainability in terms of support.
Siddiqui, you still in Rwanda? You still in Rwanda?
I'm going to school there. He's going to school.
No. Monique Kashan said something different. You said the kid was back home today, but I may probably misunderstand what you said. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was saying, we have similar program here as well, but it's kind of private. So these people they collaborate with private organization, like the MasterCard Foundation, in order to get support, because you can't rely on the government, for support. At the end of the day, they give them 200,000 after the first year, and stuff like that. And then the girls also make a statement. I don't know if I'm getting correct or not. Earlier on, the girls make a statement that they have trained 9,000 people. I don't know if that figure is correct or not. If exactly what you said, that the 9,000 people they have already trained, that seems unrealistic. Because it just started a few weeks ago. And then now you see you have trained 9,000 people, and these 9,000 people, and also these programs they're offering at the end of the program, like what they do here, you also have freelancing opportunity. You have a specific, app or specific platform that people can go and seek job. Not exactly people relying on government internship and stuff like that. So you have a platform online that people can live right in Liberia. They have a job, they have an internship, to practicalize what they have learned through these different skills and stuff like that. So I'm actually concerned about the sustainability of this program. The government cannot do that's just the action. They need to collaborate with private organizations and stuff like that to sustain this thing. But thank you so much for the show.
Thank you, Siddiqui.
Okay, so guys, we'll just let them call it a day. And Peabody?
Yes.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for the show.
Yes, at least I get to go at least 7:26 today on a Thursday. Normally Thursday I kind of rest myself.
Right.
I gotta go to Bible studies.
Yeah. Me too. I gotta go preach.
I'll go to the Bible studies right now. So
yeah. So, but tomorrow program. You talk about the guest tomorrow. The guest tomorrow is.
Tomorrow be the CDC Secretary General will be coming on the argument for the first time. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens tomorrow. But we'll be on the show tomorrow and out.
Jefferson Kochi coming tomorrow.
So yeah, guys, please come to hear everything you want to hear. Fix It Electronics, Mr. Turbot, be here, be a part of this.
I know is the Fix Electronic?
Yeah, the Fix Electronic, Mr. Turbot, come and be a part of this.
I exposing the man. I exposing Turbot.
I mean. Fix Electronics, come and be a part of the conversation, bro. Let's talk.
Okay, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Great show tonight, man. Wonderful. The guys were great show. Lofa, I wanted to get the people hot. Hey, Lofa, they're picking it. Lofa.
I mean, you got nothing like report trying to even make
You see? Somebody, let me tell